Hey guys, how you doing? Cenk Huger, Mark Thompson.
Cenk's already started off the air.
Yes.
He starts with it.
Yes. Anyways, brought to you, of course, by the thugs at shoptyt.com, where you can get that great TYT hat. This shirt, Progressives versus Everybody. I love this shirt.
Love that. Okay. That's new, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty new. Yeah, I know. Okay, so I have a ton of old school topics. Oh God, buckle up, brace for Larry David-esque impact.
Oh wow.
Okay, so lots of good topics on that. But first, guess who I'm talking to on Thursday?
Who?
Sebastian Gorka.
Wow.
Yeah.
What, on the conversation?
Well, no, tomorrow on the conversation, Anthony Scaramucci.
Wow.
So I'm gonna go from the Mooch to the Gorka back-to-back days. Yeah, so Mooch is coming in, like I think we're gonna Skype, right? So he's gonna be on the Young Turks. But Gorka asked me on his radio show, and I was like, that's weird. Yeah, I'll come.
I love that.
I'll come on your show.
I love that.
Yeah.
Got to parachute in behind enemy lines, man.
Yeah. You know why, Mark? Because I'm not in danger. I am the danger.
Yeah, that was the reason I was going to guess.
Yeah. Sebastian, I'm the one who knocks.
That's unreal. You're on a little bit of a mini roll, aren't you?
Are you kidding me?
The media wants you, the offbeat right-wing media wants you, then the right-wing, although I don't know what Scaramucci is. He's some kind of like, I don't mean this in a bad way, but he's like a hot dog. You know what I mean? He's just like, I don't mean that in a disparaging way.
Yeah.
But no, he's like he's just like a loudmouth kind of guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But to be fair, I mean, I guess he's going to be your pal soon. He's got stuff to say, maybe an insight or two, so it could be interesting.
Yeah, he's squeezed a little bit in the mooch. You know, he's like there's a moochy area where he resides.
Yeah. I'll put it this way: he's padded his part. Okay, you know what I mean? Like he had his 10 days in the White House, and he's padded it out.
Yeah, like, you know what Mooch is? He's a good character actor, right?
Right.
Like
Right.
Yeah, when Alan Arkin comes into and has a cameo for like 10 minutes in a movie, right? And Mooch is like a character out of Sopranos that accidentally went to the wrong era and went into the wrong movie.
Right.
He's like the Paulie Walnuts of that's too big a character, right? But he's like this side character that came in out of the Sopranos, like, I'll tell you what we should do, Donald. Okay, you know what? What were the crazy things he said about it?
Yeah, he was, but this is great. I think the Sopranos thing, he like came in for one episode. So he's a little short story arc.
Yeah.
And he's built it out. But yeah, you're right. He's the guy who comes in and tells you that the Bada Bing Club should be serving like a different kind of coffee.
I figured out who he is. He's Banya. Okay, remember Banya from Seinfeld?
Oh my God.
He had a little arc. He had a little arc, right? Yeah. And he was like, Banya. Yeah. In fact, I ran into Banya at Jerry's Deli, which is now closed, like, I don't know, 15 years ago. And I was like, Banya, he's here. And to me, that was like a celebrity. But my God, Banya's time. I mean, I love you, brother. Maybe we should have him on the conversation.
I'm sure he would come.
Yeah, of course.
He's Banya. He's get him on right after Scaramucci.
Right, yeah. Imagine if we do an old school with Mooch and Banya.
That'd be great. I'll come in for that night.
So now people probably don't remember. Can we find a picture of Banya from Seinfeld? And you know who else Mooch looks like? Now you guys are never gonna get this. If you guys miraculously find it online, maybe you'll do it. I took a picture of it and I never got a chance to tweet it. But if you're in New York, there's those red trucks. I don't even know what's in the trucks, but there's an old Italian guy with a funny mustache, okay, on the red trucks. It's like WB Yates or something on the thing, right? I don't know what they do. Anyway, every time I walk by, and I even took a picture to tweet, and I just did. I'm like, that's the Mooch with a mustache.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Or with a mooch-stache. Okay, wow. That one didn't really land, but anyway.
Banya, Steve Hytner is the actor's name, and he's a guy I know. I haven't talked to him in a long time.
Oh, you know him?
Yeah, but I could probably get in touch with him if you really want him to come down. I'm sure he would do it. Yeah, okay.
You know what? That's the thing about Thompson, right? Like, if I name you a random person that had an arc that had a 3-episode arc in life, right? It doesn't matter what the field is. There's a 28% chance that Mark Thompson has played poker with him.
No, this was not even a poker. There he is. Yeah,
there he is.
That's Steve Hytner.
Yeah.
But this wasn't even a poker pal, but he is. He's very funny and great, and I'm sure he'd come down here. So I should get in touch with him.
Yeah.
I think once the freshness of him being here is kind of worn off, though, I think we're going to be looking at it. Okay, now what do we do? We got him down here.
Yeah. No, are you kidding me? I could.
No. And he's really funny. Like he could go for hours. He's terrific.
Yeah, and I could shoot the with Banya for half a day. I mean,
and by the way, that part, as you might imagine, blew his career up. I mean, it's funny how a short arc on a series with that power, which is Seinfeld, it just blew his stuff. He was living a really great life there for a few years.
Yeah. You remember the guy from News Radio, the plain vanilla looking guy, the lead actor?
Phil Hartman?
No, Phil Hartman's a legend. Now I'm being a bit of a jerk to these folks, but the boss, the manager in News Radio.
Yeah, he's a great actor too. Stephen Root?
Okay, have you ever played poker with him?
Don't know him, no, don't know him.
Nah,
sorry.
Okay, I thought I might get that one.
Yeah.
All right, I'll try it in a different field later, okay? Nadia Comaneci.
Yes, of course. We dated briefly for,
I knew it.
Just like a month and a half, but it's a great month and a half.
Yeah, it was a 3-episode arc.
In a sense. We did have 3 episodes during that time.
Yeah.
But.
Gorka, what a funny name, right? And so you forget that his first name is Sebastian.
Yeah.
Which is also funny in a different way.
I'm sure people who are his pals call him Seba or Seb or something like that, right?
Well, what do they call him? No, they got to call him Gorka. If your last name is Gorka, I wonder if
that, call him by his last name, you think?
Yeah,
maybe.
Definitely. Because who's going to call you Sebastian? That's so long.
No one.
It seems formal, like, I do declare Sebastian's here, right? What do you call him, Bastion? That's kind of a cool name, right?
Well, I know Sebastians who are called Seb or Seba.
Really? No, not buying it. That's a super bad short name.
I'll let them know that doesn't work.
You should.
Yeah,
and they don't even have the backup of Gorka.
Yeah, Gorka is a great backup. You're right.
Yeah, so of course Gorka is a terrible guy, and so if you knew him in the real world, who knows? I don't know. I feel like some of the Trump guys, if you divorced all of the horrible things about them, you wouldn't mind hanging out with them for an afternoon.
That's right.
Right?
Plus they're, well, first of all, they're made up by a whole bunch of people on a spectrum, so you can't really generalize too much, but I kind of take your point, or the point I think you're about to make, which is that I suspect you'd like, they're likable sometimes because their true corrupt toxicity is not the thing that's boiling to the surface all the time.
Yeah, and I think that they the unctuous fake corporate Democrats, there's nothing fun about them, right?
Right.
So the last time, and I don't mean to put her in this exact category, but the last time Amy Klobuchar had fun was 1987. Right? I don't know, or maybe she is really that character out of Veep, in which case she might be fun, right?
Yeah.
But Bill Nelson, remember him? Okay, these guys, they're not having fun. They're like these standard Baldinians that talk like this. They're going to be very careful when talking to you over drinks. Okay, whereas if you went out and had drinks with Duncan Hunter Jr. First of all,
my God,
he's going to drink you and himself under the table.
Yeah.
Okay, and he's going to say wild stuff.
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, no, you're right.
It's going to be an entertaining afternoon.
Well, there's an unapologetic quality to the drunk that you're going to get on, or whatever crazy debauchery is going to go down on the Republican end, and in that White House crew, because they just do whatever they want and they know that there are no repercussions.
Yeah.
That you're just not going to find on the left or with the Democrats.
Yeah, and it's not all of them by a long shot. Like Jared Kushner, intensely dull lunch. I guarantee it. He'll be careful. He'll be uninteresting. He's vapid to begin with. There's nothing interesting out of that, right?
Meantime, he's WhatsApping with MBS.
Everybody's different, and you could, that's true. You could have fun in different ways with different people. I'd have a blast at a lunch with Eric Trump because I'd be secretly taking notes on all the stupid shit he said, And I'd be like, oh, this is gonna be good for old school, man. Okay, like, then he said this, like, oh, come on. And then I'd go to Mon, I'd be like, oh, Eric, right? Elephants, what are they for? Chop it up, right?
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? And he'd be like, oh, finally someone said it. Finally someone said it, right? So I don't know if that'd be
He
Eric
would say,
or
you
Don
know,
Jr.
Cenk, you're a lot cooler than I thought you'd be. That's what he'd say.
Yeah. And he'd accidentally admit something unbelievable, right? Oh, there it is, WB Mason. See the mooch?
Wow.
That's the mooch on there.
That is the mooch.
Told you.
Well, that's a great grab. Where did you see that?
Nice job.
You just
guys.
know the WB Mason logo?
Yeah, and that's not even a red truck. That's they found the yellow version of it. So excellent job.
That's
I went with
very
WB
impressive.
Yeats, who's probably a poet.
Right.
Do you think poets were drunks?
Depends, right?
I mean, like either they drank a lot or not at all.
The classic poets you're talking about.
Yes, yeah. The classic poets, like Walt Whitman. Oh, a wonderful drunk.
Everybody was a drunk back then.
Yeah, but I feel like there's a lot of poets who are like, no, sorry, I will not be able to attend your soiree. I'm in mid inspiration. I'm working on a poem. It's taken me 3 days. So I will not be able to join, right? I feel like it's either or.
I think
Walt Whitman's like, where's the animals, dude? Okay, what the kind of party is this? Right? Somebody get me a leaf of grass. Oh, you see how I did that? Oh, man.
But Walt Whitman stuff is so like sort of pastoral, and isn't it? I mean, so that would be.
There's like a zest for life in Walt Whitman's poetry that you probably do. You know that if you have a zest for life, you're gonna want to get intoxicated at some point.
Oh, okay.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do.
I probably know this already, but I went from an excellent reference to Walt Whitman to who's the dude with the beard that wrote a lot.
E.E. Cummings?
No, not a poet. The famous writer.
Oh.
I was gonna guess that he drank a lot, but of course he drank a lot. And then he went down to Key West. And
Ernest Hemingway.
Ernest Hemingway. Yeah. Like, there's no way Ernest Hemingway wasn't a ton of fun, but in like a slightly disastrous way.
Oh my God. Well, Ernest Hemingway was an absolute. He'd be, if you want fun, he's the wrecking ball, the man's man.
Yeah.
He's drunk like crazy drunk.
Yeah, see that's.
But also, I mean, obviously an insightful guy, was part of wars and all the rest. I mean, he's like, you know, he's like a war reporter.
See, look, it's not that conservatives are right. Conservatives always take it too far and they have all these stereotypes and stuff like that. But some libs do need to loosen up a little bit. Let's just keep it real, okay? Like I'm being honest with you because I'm your friend and I'm one of you guys. And like everyone's like, there are plenty of libs. 89% of libs are already loose and they're good and we have fun and stuff. But there's 11% of libs that are like, well, you know that alcohol actually comes from an oppressive culture. I love you, but not now. Not now.
The
right?
buzzkill, right? The Adam ruins everything of that. Right. The deal on Walt Whitman, of course, Cenk is correct. He was a humanist, part of the transition between transcendentalism and realism. But I'm going to get to the part where you're drinking.
Okay, by the way, though, I love the transcendentalist, but maybe the only thing better than the transcendentalist is the mooch between transcendentalists and realists.
Oh,
yeah, I mean, like that's the sweet spot right then. Walt and I are right there. Goddamn, Walt and I would have had fun.
I think so. Well, I think so. He was called the father of free verse. His work was controversial in its time. I think you guys have a lot to talk about.
He had a shirt that said "Poets versus Everybody."
His poetry, "Leaves of Grass," was described as obscene for its overt sensuality.
You're that goddamn right it was. Way to go, Walt.
His own life came under scrutiny for his presumed what?
Homosexuality.
Correct.
Yeah.
Homosexuality.
So there's no way Walt wasn't fun, man.
Yeah. Walt was fun. I think that's a great call.
Yeah. He not in the same way that Oscar Wilde was, but Oscar Wilde is the perfect example of a guy who you wanted at a party.
Oscar Wilde is the squad leader of all those guys. Better than Ernest Hemingway, he is terrific. I mean, he is able to be amazingly funny. I mean, the wit, the words, all of it, while being a partier.
That's right. So I would have loved to see, how great would this lunch be, or poker table at Thompson's house with Walt Whitman, Ernest Hemingway, and Oscar Wilde.
Oh.
Okay, oh my God, that would be fun. And anyways, okay.
Yeah, that's great though.
Yeah, all right, we solve things as usual. We solve things on Old School.
First Walt Whitman, Oscar Wilde reference on this show that I've ever been part of.
Well, where the wild things are. I'm here all week.
Where the wild, W-I-L-D.
Okay, so let's go from.
So let's go down your list. What do you have?
Let's go from like slightly. I mean, we had a 3% cerebral conversation there. We were the Banya of intellectuals there with our references to poets and stuff, right? But now let's go to being super dumb. That's another thing that I excel in. So I iron. You might not know this about me.
Oh, I did not know. You find therapy in that?
Not remotely. I hate it, but I travel a lot, and so if you want to take the bag where you could hang your things and it doesn't get wrinkled, one, it kind of gets wrinkled anyway.
Yep.
Two, that bag is gigantic and you got to check it in. So I just stuffed the shirts into my bag, into my little carry-on bag. And so when I get to the hotel, they're all wrinkled up and stuff. I mean, I try to fold them, but come on, it's a disaster. It's not gonna work, right? It wouldn't work even if you were the most immaculate folder of all time, and I assure you, I am not, okay? So I get there, and a friend of mine taught me a trick. You hang it up in the bathroom when you're taking a hot shower, and that'll iron it for you. And I do that.
Does that work?
It really does. It really does.
Wow.
You gotta waste a little water though, because you gotta let it run for a little while.
Really steamy. You gotta be steamy.
So, and I get all like I get lib guilt when I'm like, because I start brushing teeth and shaving while the hot water's going on. So and I'm like, I can't.
Yeah, like in 1950, that was a good solution, but now that doesn't. With limited resources.
See, I became a little downer there, but for good reason. For good reason. Okay. Anyway, so like Oscar Wilde would look at me like, really? You're worried about wasting water? That's what you're worried about. Okay.
That's right.
Anyway,
Cenk, you have a number of other concerns before you get to wasting water.
Exactly.
Right.
So I do iron, but I hate it. It's only out of necessity. And so I decided to list all of my grievances, speaking of Seinfeld, all my grievances with ironing. And I'm gonna do it pre-Festivus, okay? And so, number one, do you ever iron first of all, Mark?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so I don't know if it's on half the time, because every time I'm dealing with a foreign iron, right?
Right.
It's not my iron, okay? It's in a hotel room. They're all different.
Yeah.
And I'll plug it in and then I'll wait.
But you don't have to wait long. They usually heat up very quickly.
Yeah, but unless it's one that doesn't heat up quickly, so then you have to keep waiting to see if it's the one that doesn't heat up quickly, and then you have to constantly.
Oh, that's the worst.
Yeah,
because if it gets hot, it's really hot.
Yeah, and you don't want to touch it, but you want to get close to it. But then I'm a spaz, so I'm risking like a 12% chance I'm going to burn my finger.
Yeah.
So I already hate this. And the knobs are not self-explanatory.
They're not uniform, that's correct.
That's right. So you got a mug, right? This lovely TYT mug that you find at shoptyt.com, right? It is self-explanatory. You could pick it up like this. That is why this thing exists, okay? The handle exists so you could pick it up, okay? And then you figure out, you do this and you drink, okay. An iron, I'm like, how am I gonna wrestle this thing to the ground?
Yeah.
There's knobs, but there's you can't tell what the knobs are for, which leads me to the second point. The settings are impossible to know. Okay.
That's the real thing. There's no uniformity to the settings.
And then I don't even know what, they're like, okay, this is what you turn the knob to if you want cotton or wool or linen. I'm like, I don't even know what my shirts are made of.
Nor do I.
Right? Yeah, and I'm like,
it's not set up for guys or for, I don't mean to be old school guys.
Yeah, for old school guys, knuckleheads like us.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I don't know, I'm just gonna iron for the best, right? And then I'm like, I think it's hot enough.
I do the same thing.
And then, but the main thing is I'm like, do I turn the wool linen knob to turn it on? Or is there another knob and the wool linen thing is just to what temperature you want it if you're gonna be immaculate? Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you skipped over something that I thought you were going to get to much earlier in this list.
Okay, you go for it, and I'll tell you if it's one of the 5 things I noted.
Got to be on there. If you want to steam something, you need to put water in the iron.
Oh no, but that's beyond me.
Oh no. Like, that's key though. That's if you want to get rid of wrinkles out. That's key.
No way.
Oh
no.
And then if you do that, which you should do, Jack. I mean, you're really under ironing, I think. But what you should do is you should put it on the right setting for that steam production.
Oh no, there's no way. There's no way.
That's like, almost impossible to figure out.
Yeah, I mean, you're like saying to me, like, and if you wanted to get the theory of relativity right, you would do this. I'm like, you already lost me. Like, there's no way.
Right.
So, but you've hit on something super important, which is, I am an under ironer.
Yeah.
And proud of it. Okay, and I'll tell you why. Okay, so in the old days, I was like, okay, you iron one side, then you put the back, and then the other half of the back, and then the other side. By this time, it's already taking me 28 minutes. I'm sweating, like, oh Jesus, etc. And then I realized, I don't have to do the back. And that was like the biggest light bulb. I was like,
sure.
Because by the time I turn the back and I get to the fourth side, everything's already re-wrinkled.
That's the thing.
Like I'll put it back onto the original side and I'll be like, wait, how did this get wrinkled again? Because I was busy doing the back and then the thing got wrinkled while I was doing it. And then I was like, nobody sees the back. And it was like when that light bulb went off, like I did a little jig around the hotel room, like nobody sees the back, nobody sees the back, and so I'm like, especially on TV,
you just need this part.
Internet, all you need is this part, that's it, right? So I'm like, I am now the specialist of ironing like a third of the shirt. I'm the most efficient ironer there is. Once I've got it on, if I can figure out how to get it on, I don't care what the setting is, I don't care about anything. I'm just like, and I'm done.
Have you ever tried to iron? This is the key, and you just made me think of when you did like this. With the shirt, after you get it on, you realize that there's still a wrinkle right here.
Yeah.
And with the shirt on, you pull it out a little bit and you start with the iron.
Never. Which leads me to point number 4.
Okay.
That ironing is slightly, I'm gonna argue significantly dangerous. Okay. Remember, I'm bad with spatial reasoning, total spaz, that's me, okay? Then you've got a hot object in a precarious position. Because those ironing boards are not the most stable things in the world. They've got issues with, hey, weight on the one side, weight on the other side, and then the cords snap back, etc. Are you kidding me? If I tried to do the shirt thing, I'd poke myself in the neck with the point of the iron. I'd press onto my chest. I mean, the shirt would be ruined. I'd be in the hospital. I mean, as it is with just like in and out ironing that I'm doing, I'm still like always super nervous, like, okay, don't touch it. Don't mess with the ironing board because it's a small hotel room, right? If I trip over the ironing board and the iron lands on my face, right? Like, seriously, since I'm really bad with stuff like that, I'm super nervous around irons. Are you at all nervous around irons or 0%?
I'm not nervous. No, I'm not nervous around them. I just
Isn't that funny?
No,
Craig,
but
are you nervous around irons?
A
little bit.
Nervous around them.
Okay.
Wow. They're a total pain in the ass. When I realized you got irons, I was like, oh my God, I got to fill that thing with water and figure out the dial.
No way. No. I'm telling you guys, go no water, no back.
No, I'm telling you, if you really want to get if you want to get the shirt looking good or whatever you're wearing, you need to steam it.
But you know what?
With the iron.
Yeah, but you see, that's because Mark's a stylish dude, right?
Yeah.
Whereas I'm a schlep, right? So I'm like, I'm lucky if it doesn't say, if I don't have stains on it, right?
I see. Yeah.
So
I don't know though. I've seen you in some of your recent TV appearances. You're starting to step your style game up.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, I think so.
I'm just saying.
You're showing up with Chris Cuomo. He's got like 30 guys like putting on his tie and putting on his jacket.
Yeah,
and
that dude's stylish. Yeah. Dude, only guy more stylish than Cuomo is Don Lemon. Okay, so
I'm sure that's true.
I ran into Don Lemon in the green room one time when I was doing it in New York. Okay, and this is my only interaction in person with him ever. And he, not the green room, the makeup room. So it's even more unbearable a story. And he had the best looking casual shirt I've ever seen in my life.
Oh wow!
I was like, I don't know what that is. I don't know the material. I couldn't iron it if my life depended on it. I couldn't fit in it because he's a slim guy. I'm not. It's the kind of material that's made for slim guys, right? But I'm like, God damn, that shirt looks good, right? And I told him that, and he looked at me like, it's a normal shirt.
Right.
Because I bet you all of his casual shirts look phenomenal.
No, for him it comes naturally, and you'll see like the pocket square matches some, thread in the jacket. It's like a super cool thing. Like most people match the pocket square or they pick up some big color, but what he does is he picks up some subtle thing. Yeah, he's obviously a stylish guy.
Yes.
But there was another guy who I had on my radio show.
Gorka?
No, Jim Sciutto. Huh. Now, Jim Sciutto does the morning show on CNN. He was an ABC news correspondent before.
Oh, yeah. I never knew how to pronounce his last name. That's how you say it.
Sciutto. And he's really smart. He did a great book called The Shadow Wars. It's really good. Anyway, he showed up. And he's like this tall, kind of handsome-y guy. Anyway, and he's got just the slacks and the shirt, and he's got what in the shirt?
Cuffs.
Cufflinks.
Yep.
And man, the guy just looked like he was styling, man. It was made all the difference.
No, if I was ever single again, first I'd go ask Don Lemon for how to get dressed. Okay. And second of all, like if I was going on a date to impress someone, I'd put on cufflinks.
Yep.
Because cufflinks says, I'm wealthy.
Right.
I'm powerful. And you probably want to sleep with me.
Yep.
Right. Like not definitely. Right. Yep. And I'm gonna have like I have to prove that I'm not a douche.
Right.
Because there's some chance that the cufflinks guy's a douche. Right. And it's not a high chance, but it's a 22% chance.
The thing about cufflinks now that works against you, particularly if you're on the West Coast, is that sort of this casual environment that we have on the West Coast. It almost is a little out of place at times.
No, but that's why it would work better.
Oh, that's why it stands out?
Yes. Okay. Because like if you go to New York, you could be like standard unbearable.
Yeah, regular Wall Street a-hole.
Right. East Side, Park Avenue guy or whatever. You don't want to date that guy. That guy's got a 78% chance of being a douche, right? But if you're the guy in LA who's like, no, I'm going cufflinks, right? But only on a date. Don't waste it on like, oh my God, imagining me trying to iron a thing with the cufflinks on. Oh yeah. All right, anyway.
See, once you get this is a classic example, though, we'll finish up on this. Once you get the cufflinks on, and now you have the shirt on, and now you're committed because cufflinks are on, and then you notice the wrinkle, that's when you got to do the thing, because you're not taking the cufflinks off.
Never, because I know myself, and I know that would create a 78% chance of disaster, okay?
I've had it happen because of the, generally it's when I'm wearing a tux, so I'm black tied and I have those studs all the way down and the cufflinks. You're not taking that shirt off. It's like 30 minutes to get that shirt back on.
I'm just living with the wrinkle. That's the difference between you and me.
Okay.
Yeah. So finally, we get to actually the most challenging part.
Oh yeah.
Okay, you didn't even know this was coming. Putting away the ironing board, a near impossible task for someone like me. Okay, so I'm like. It doesn't just fold back up. It folds out easy. That part's easy. Even I got that, right? Then try to put it back. You're like, well, you can't power your way there. That's usually my MO. And I've now done it, like I've ironed 800 times.
That's usually my MO.
And usually I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna try this first. Like, like I knew it wasn't gonna work. Okay.
And there's just a lever underneath.
I know, then I look for the lever. No, I know. I look for the lever. 1 out of 3 times can't find the lever. There is no lever. There probably is, but it's hidden in a diabolical way. Okay.
Yeah, they really want to hide it.
No, they do. They're trying to with you, and everybody knows it. Okay. So I'm like, where the thing? And then I'm like, do I press this? And I'm like, kneeing it, and like I'm like trying to find the secret compartment in the iron, and then once you do find the lever, you're like, do you pull it out? Do you push it in? Do you press it in? Do you press it out? And then okay, let's say I'm pressing it in because it seems like it's kind of built to press in. But then you got to go and lift the leg at the same time that you're pressing in, right?
Oh,
right. Like you're like, oh, stick, and I'm all constantly like,
wow.
And next thing you know, I'm wrestling with that goddamn ironing board.
Wow.
And if I put my shirt on already, I'm sweating through the dress shirt.
Oh yeah, you got to iron all over again.
That's right.
Well, the other thing is that once you're done with the iron, where do you put it? They have a receptacle. But putting the thing back in can oftentimes be a little tricky.
Oh, no, I gave up on that a long time ago.
I see.
Okay, like giving up on ironing the back, I gotta be honest, I leave it out until the they come to do the room. And
Speaking of coming to do the room, is that your list, your whole list?
Yeah, I'm done with the ironing, so we're gonna let the YouTube guys go.
Because I have a follow.
Okay, hold.
Go ahead. I'm sorry, you have to do something. We're gonna lose somebody.
Yeah. So.
Oh no.
Okay, that's okay. That's okay.
Right before my.
No, so tyt.com/.
I'm kidding, this stuff.
Okay, this one is really gonna be important.
Yeah.
Okay, as a follow up to the ironing story, you're gonna miss that.
It's gonna be better than that.
Okay, tyt.com/join. Get the show live. Get the video version. Get all 90 minutes. If you tyt.com/join. But there's also a free podcast. It's an hour long of this, so you can get that as well. So go and get The Edge with Mark Thompson.
Oh, my podcast, just a new episode just dropped. The Edge with Mark Thompson. Thank you, Cenk.
Okay, and finally, if you're a right winger and you don't like me, just think of me trying to put away an ironing board, and that'll make your day. Okay. All right, thanks for watching this free clip of Old School. Don't forget to become a TYT member today for the rest of the show and for more exclusive content throughout the network. Join now at tyt.com/join.